What's up, guys? It's midweek meetup episode 4. All right, we're talking client retention. I get a lot of emails and comments and questions about this. People saying I get people in the door, but then I don't keep them. They come for a class or a month or 6 weeks, and then they don't come back. All right, so if this is happening to you, if you're noticing this is a trend, then you need to definitely take a step back and look at the big picture. See what you have going on there, because something's not right. All right, so biggest thing, when you get that new person in the door, you have to give them attention. Don't think you're too cool for school and just go on with your class. Drop whatever you're talking about with those regulars. Get over there, welcome them. All right, you need to find some way to connect with them. And if you're a guy and it's hard to connect with an older gal or a mother, or if you're, it's just not the type of person you normally connect with, figure it out. Find something they like, compliment them, whatever you can do to kind of build a connection with them so that they feel like, okay, I like this girl, I could be around her, or guy. You have to find that no matter what. All right, so super important. Class number 1, to hook them in. All right, make them feel like you want them there. Ask them about their goals. That's something I always do. I'll just say, hey, let's talk about your goals next class. Think about it from now to next class when you come see me, and let's sit down and talk about your goals after class. All right, because what's 3 to 5 minutes of your time after a class? Now they're thinking, oh, I got to go back. She's doing this goal setting with me. So that's a key thing I always do with every single new person that comes through my door is, welcome them, get them into class, give them a lot of attention in class, make sure they're doing stuff right. Don't pick on them too much, right? Like with their form too much, because they don't want to feel like embarrassed. You got to kind of read them, know if they can take it, can they take jokes, can they not? You got to really read your people. And then at the end of class, 100% make sure you get over to them before they leave. Whatever you got to do, run out, find them in the parking lot, whatever you got to do, and talk to them, all right? And do that whole bit about, hey, next time you come, next class, let's talk after class or before class, whatever works for your schedule. Let's talk about your goals. I want to hear what you want and why you showed up here today. What are you trying to get after? Okay, so as far as that goes, try and get their email. All right, send them an email, let them know how good they did, ask them if they're sore a little bit, what they thought about the class. I always offer a couple classes free. I'll say, hey, if they showed up to my stair workout, I'll say, okay, you tried my stair class, now come and try my gym workout. Come and try the heavy weights, try the circuit class, try a couple classes. If it takes you a week or 2 to try my classes out, then try them. Because you don't want them feeling like you're just there for money and it's just like, okay, she's here, boom, 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 and start being all salesy with them, all right? No one wants to feel like you're just being sold. So that's what I do anyways, and I have great client retention. Most people that come back. The only time I ever lose people is because it's just way too freaking hard for them and they just can't hang. And if they are that weak, I don't want them. No, I try and be, if I notice the class is hard for them, I will tone it down in there for them, because I do want to let them know, look, I can get you this level. But at the same time, if they don't come back because it's absolutely just not for them, then what can I do, right? My class is extreme fitness. There's enough of the easier weight loss kind of, regular classes that are out there. I want mine to be extreme. But anyhow, so keeping them in the class is very important, but definitely making sure you give them that attention and you read them very well and know what they want and what kind of person they are, how you can communicate with them. Giving a few free classes. It doesn't cost me to have them there. It doesn't cost me to have an extra person in my class because I do big group fitness. Are you gonna do a bunch of one-on-one free sessions with them? No, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 2 30-minute ones. I don't know, you gotta kind of look, but getting a new client, you can put money out there marketing, or you can have new people come in and kind of give them that, free couple classes. So I have no problem if it takes someone 2 weeks of trying 2, 3, 4 of my classes if they feel, before they purchase a month or a 10-pack or whatever they do. All right. So I always tell them, try some classes out, see what you think. See if you like my vibe, if you like the vibe of the class, if it works for your schedule for you and your family. Let them know you're there for them and you want what's best for them. They're just not dollar signs to you. Okay, next thing that's important for client retention is keeping the intensity. All right, you can't have one class really hard and the next class easy, especially if you're an extreme class like me. You got to keep that intensity level up. You got to keep it bumping. You got to go in there like you're there and you're presenting a huge event. All right, you got to be full of spunk. You got to have your workout ready. You have some awesome killer music. Every single class is like a production. It's not just, oh, I got to go train a 1-hour session, whatever. It's a production, man. They're paying to be there. They're paying for every single minute. And they want to sweat and they want to feel it. So you got to make sure you're keeping that intensity level in yourself and in your training. All right, so being happy and go lucky, leaving that shit at home. If you got like stuff going on, we all got stuff going on in our lives, leave it at home. On your drive there, crank the music up, do whatever you got to do, get yourself pumped up, think about life, how thankful and lucky we are to be here and to be alive and have clients showing up and doing what we get to do, which we love, and go in there with your game face on and keep the intensity level through the roof. Now, there's a balance. You don't want to be like crazy, you know, like screaming at everyone, being like crazy boot camp bitch or sergeant. So there's sorry, it's loud here. I thought I'd be outside because it's like 68, 70, 80 out today. Like I'd probably be in a tank top. And it's almost end of November, so there is some car traffic behind us. So sorry if you hear that. But yeah, you have to make sure you kind of keep that balance, okay? Because you don't want to be screaming at people, being crazy, like constantly like picking on people for their form, or you know, yelling at them, or you're not doing it enough. Like for my kind of style anyways, it's a balance. Yelling at them, joking with them, motivating them. I talk about this a lot in my videos, okay? So make sure you're doing that balance. Think about it. Maybe after a class, sit down and really visualize that class over and say, was I attentive enough? Did I give compliments? Did I instruct? Was I at my high, most intense intensity that I could be? All right? Are you giving all those things every single class? Because if you're not, you're going to lose people. It's a very tricky business. There's tons of boot camps and yoga classes and whatever it is that you teach. There's probably hundreds of them in your city. There's tons in mine. Every corner there's a boutique boot camp spot, all right? It doesn't matter if you're starting your boot camp this month or you started last year or you're new to it or old to it. There's tons of competition, and that's not a bad thing. Competition's great because it keeps that fire in you. It keeps you, you know, pushing hard and knowing that buddy can just walk down the street and go into another boot camp and they might like it. All right, so you gotta remember that, and you gotta just keep things fresh with them. Always adding new things to your workouts, finding new moves. All right, if it's not always on my videos, check some other stuff out. There's great stuff out there. There's, you know, just adding a new move, saying, hey guys, got a new move for you. Let them know, here's a new move I found or thought of, or, you know, get in your backyard. I go in my backyard all the time and just try moves out and like try and make shit up. People ask me all the time, do I go to seminars to learn my stuff? To tell you the truth, Chris calls me a workout artist, like a workout artist. I just make these moves up. I get some things in the past from other trainers, and add my own twist. But lately, the last 5 years, it just comes to me. I'm not good at everything. There's a lot of things I'm not good at, but I'm not gonna get into all that. But I find I'm really good at making up moves and workouts and combos and structuring them like I do, you see in my classes. It's just all me. I'm pretty proud of it. But that's, you know, I've been a trainer for 15 years, so it does take time. So if you're new and you're thinking, how does she think of this stuff? How come I don't have it in me? I didn't. When I first started, I didn't know what to do. I just knew like the basic stuff you do in a gym to do body toning on myself. It takes time. So you will get to where you're a workout artist too. And you all are in your own ways, and you'll just keep growing and being better. Just like everything in life, we get better at it as we do it. Okay, so get in your yard, practice things out, try moves, you know, use friends or family, visualize. When I'm writing a workout, I always visualize the crew of people, how many people. I'm like, hey, they're gonna flow this way, they're gonna flow that way, and it's gonna work this way and that way, and there's no dead time. I talk about dead time many times in videos, and if you already heard this before, I'm sorry, but check out the dead time in your classes. Step back and remember me saying this to you in your next class, if it's today or tomorrow. All right, Danielle told me about dead time. Do I have too many people standing around right now, losing their sweat, losing that pump, and they're kind of just like standing there looking like, when's the next move? Hey, Fernando, come on. Oh, yes, he wants to say hi. Oh, hi. He hasn't been in a video in a while. So check out the dead time. Because if people are like, oh, I'm paying and I'm just standing there and I'm not getting out of anything, then why do they want to keep coming back when they're not getting pushed to their ultimate limit? All right, so client retention's huge. I could go on for hours about client retention. I don't want to bore you guys too much, but just really take a step back and think and look at what you're doing, all right? Making sure it's all there. Adding in new pieces of equipment is always a good thing. Nate, Allison, you asked about equipment in the last midweek, episode 3. I started with no equipment. Keep it simple. I've talked about this in a couple videos. You might be able to even search equipment. I talked about it before, but start with nothing. Start with body weight. Start with partner drills. Maybe just getting some bands or sandbags or tires, stuff that doesn't cost you. Don't go into debt over it, all right? And those of you that have equipment, great. Keep bringing in new equipment. Every now and then you just gotta bite the bullet and make that little purchase and get a couple more heavier weights, or get, you know, some new skipping ropes. Skipping ropes are sick. Like, if you're not using skipping ropes, that's a great thing to add to it. And the bands, I'm gonna be doing some new band videos in the next couple weeks. Bands are amazing with partners. Just Google any of my band workouts. I have tons on there that are so good. So keep things fresh in your class, adding new equipment, adding new classes in. Are you in a good location? Like, there's so many topics we could talk about client retention. Maybe you're just in a bad location. Maybe the place you're training is just like not very appealing, or there's not enough parking, or you just gotta sit back and really think about it. Ask too. Maybe if you're getting emails to people that come in and they don't come back, email and just say, hey, like, I'm really just, you know, sometimes you gotta just be, you gotta like not be, have the ego, and just write these people and say, hey, like, I'm really trying to grow my business. I noticed you came to a couple classes and didn't come back. Please, like, I'd love to know your feedback. Why didn't you come back? Was it me? Was it my classes? Think of a way to write it that suits you, but there's nothing wrong with asking people or doing like surveys. There's that surveymonkey.com, great website. You could be sending that to clients. All right. So client retention's huge. That's that. If you want to know more, you can email me always or ask me questions. But it comes down to all that stuff. Not just one thing, it's a balance. And just being you, having that personality, being funny, being tough, being a little bit of everything, being loving and caring and have passion for them, and letting them know that you're there for them. All right. So if you have a hard time breaking down that kind of wall and being that passionate person, you have to, because they're there, and sometimes people are scared to be there, especially if they're new, they don't know anyone. You have to break down any barriers you have about letting yourself be like that, and you have to give them passion. You have to show them you're compassionate and you care. All right. People love to know that they're cared for, because some people don't hear anything from anyone all day, compliments or knowing that you're there for them, that someone's there for them. So they might not even come back for the workout, but they're coming back for you. Something to think about. All right, quickly, this video is getting long. Jam session, a lot of you said you want in. We got Edmund, we got tons of you. I had the names written down. I don't have it in front of me now, but I know all you that want to do the jam session, and I'm excited about it. So check the description below. I'm gonna have a little checklist of things we got to start doing. I'm thinking end of January, maybe beginning of February. Reason being, January, we're gonna do a bunch of, you know, you have all those New Year's resolutioners in. We want to get them in. We want to train them hard. We want to let them know we have a goal of doing this crazy DJ workout at the end of the month. So it's like we have this month to train together, prep together, and then we have this ahead. Also in January, I always do a fit test. All right, I shared it in the newsletter this week. And I'm going to be doing a fit test in January. So January is kind of fit test time. Then we'll have the jam session. So I'm thinking end of January, beginning of February. But comment below, what do you guys think? I'm going to do mine a Saturday morning, because parents and adults, a lot of them have sports with their kids and stuff during the week. At night isn't good. And I don't want just my regular crew there. I want, like, I'm aiming for 100 people, maybe 200 people. I want to pack my gym. I'm doing it indoors, where you see me do my classes, because it's getting cold here. So mine will be indoors. I'm going to get a DJ, and that's how I'm gonna do it. So you could do it outside, you could do it indoors, but check the description below. I have a little checklist, and next week we'll talk a bit more about it. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you got a little something out of that one. And I don't know, do you like my new brown hair? Woo, I went back natural. I'm loving it. Anyways, see ya, bye.